Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
We're live. Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning to my people on the West Coast and good afternoon to everyone else. It is time for Wise Women's Wednesday. Who's in the house? Good grief, all of you are. Catherine, Noreen, good to see you. Patsy, Marianne, goodness gracious, good to see you. It's so good to be here. I am a little bit dingy. Jocelyn got her water bottle already. I can't believe it. That's amazing. Let me just tell you something. Little dingy today, not going to lie. Took the dog in, got the vaccines and did all of that. And he was wiped out for the day. But then he was up all night. Oh my goodness. But I do have one thing that I want to report. This was so fabulous. Did you know that those bells, they train themselves with those bells on the door? We have the bells on the door. He's trained himself. No accidents yesterday at all. It's gotten better every time. So I don't know. I know that it's not going to be perfect, but let's just say our little Lincoln is doing excellently. So proud of him. So it's Wise Women's Wednesday. Hi there, Carol. It's good to see you. And Jocelyn, so glad you're here, by the way, and Corliss. I'm excited because we are really starting to dig in and get ready for full bloom. I mean, it is on, girls. It is on. Denise, and I saw your package going out. All the packages are going out. Patsy, smart doggy. You've got a smart doggy. Angie's in the house. Good to see you, Angie. I'm glad you're here. Wise Women's Wednesday is one of my favorite days. I love this because this is where we start to, put stuff together. This whole week has been on focus. Trisha's here. She's ready. Good job. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Martha. So glad you're here. So I'm getting ready for full bloom. And one of the big things that keeps happening with me, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I start to get distracted with other things. What's that? So today we're going to really zone in on what wise women do to stay focused. And I think you're going to find it helpful. Meanwhile, I'm serious. I'm going crazy about this. And you guys, this isn't even in the story yet. But it will be. We have all the information coming on it. I was just looking at it and saying, oh, it's so pretty. Just wait. I mean, it's so pretty with everything, the way it's been all. Amber completely redid it. I know. Shiny, right? Margaret's here. Juanita, Martha, Patsy. You guys, I know. And just wait. It's lovely. And so I'm just putting it out there because I like to tease you a little bit. It's just had to. Secondarily, by the way, we are, so Full Bloom, if you're not familiar with it, there's my girl, Vanessa. If you're not familiar with Full Bloom, it is our virtual conference. It's going to last all day, and it's on Saturday, April 24th at savingdinner.com/bloom. We start at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is early for you West Coasters, but we have people who come anyway. Right, Joanne, Debbie, Ruth, good to see you. Yeah, they come anyway. So what? You get up early, you got your coffee, it's all good in the hood. And the best thing and the best part is that we get to do this together as a community. And there's just some special magic there. There's some special connection. And it's everything. And this year's theme is I am enough. We've got to start there. This is our starting place. This is the launch pad, if you will, for this elevated journey that we want to have with ourselves. It's everything. savingdinner.com/bloom. And you saw in the Hot Melt Sprint, I put a picture out of all those swag bag going, and not all of them, just a portion. So much fun. You guys, get on it. I want you on it now so that you get your swag bag in time for the conference. So do get on it, okay? Get on it. We'll be taking registrations up into the last day, but I want you prepared and ready with your pretty, I'm not going to say what's in the swag bag, with your pretty stuff that comes in the swag bag. You'll see. Here's our quote of the week. Your body can stand almost anything. It's your mind you have to convince. How about that? Surprise! Yeah, it is your mind. But guess what? When our minds are lined up and they're on top of what it is that we want to do, so are we. Have you noticed that? It's really amazing how that whole thing comes together. The quote deck is one of the things that we use to set up our environment for success. You've got 52 weeks here of different quotes, and this is an all new, brand new deck that comes with this fabulous little stamp. So you can put, see, it's an easel. So you can take one of these cards, the one that just like totally rocks your world, the one that gives you the cosmic 2x4, like, how about this one? Steady as a clock, busy as a bee, and cheerful as a cricket. The world is doing. It's important to just take a moment to breathe and be. Each day is a new day to say yes to things that matter and no to things that don't. Focus is practice. Thank you, James Clear. Isn't that so good? So here's what it looks like. You put it right there on that little stand, and all day long it's doing its magic and working on you. Even if you're looking at it or not, you look at it, you glance at it, you don't think that we're seeing things, even if we're not saying, oh, I am now looking at my quote deck. No, that's how your mind works. What we are influenced by is what we see all the time. And what we want to have happen into our lives means that we need congruency. That's how come I am always screaming, hey, let's set this whole thing up for success. Because when we set our environments up for success, things happen. Ask anyone who has one of these quote decks. You can go to savingdata.com/quote to go get yours today. We also have mindful mugs, and the mindful mug is also, it's like a trigger to remind you to be mindful when you eat. Have you ever just wolf down your food? I'm like a dog. You should see my dog. I have to buy a slow eater for them. Have you seen those slow eater bowls? Yeah, because he just sucks it all down. That's how I am. I mean, I totally recognize this. My mindful mug, on the other hand, reminds me to slow down. Be mindful with your eating and have a little bone broth before a meal, and just remind yourself that you're going to be sitting down to a beautiful Target trifecta meal that's prepared just for you, even if it's just you that has done it. But that's it. That's everything, isn't it? You can find our mindful mugs at savingdata.com/mug. The philosophy behind them and how to get one for free and how to pay for one as well if you don't want to do the way we do. Glycozyme is also, that's savingdata.com/mug. Did I say that? I don't know. Dingy. Dirty fasting, Joanne's dirty fasting today. Good for you, Joanne. I'm sprinting today, but I'm going to be dirty fasting next week. You bet. There's our glycozyme right now. This is a digestive enzyme with additional help for blood sugar. Fabulous stuff, especially most women. I have found in my 27 plus years of nutritional practice that most women have a problem with digestion. And you do if you're constipated one minute, maybe you have running to the bathroom on another, or you just feel like, oh, there's just stuff sitting in the bottom of your belly. That happens to us as we get older. After 35, our digestive enzymes start to diminish a little bit. This just helps. This just kind of, adds a little bit more to it. So a lot of people also get confused thinking that they have way too much stomach acid when it's really they have too little, and they're taking all these Tums and stuff and neutralizing stomach acid, meaning that food's not going to get digested. I want you to digest your food. That's how you get your nutrition, by the way. Without it, you're in trouble and you're getting very little nutrition. You need that nutrition. That's what helps to get us back to this place of being intuitive eaters. There's a lot that goes with that, but just suffice to say that this is where we need to go. So check that out at savingdata.com/show to get glycozyme. And you're also going to get with your order a 60 recipes that will all work, by the way. Most all of them, I'm pretty sure. And tell me if I'm wrong, Jenny, but every single one of those recipes, they're paleo 20 for the freezer. We have 3 volumes of that, so 60 meals. And most of them, except the ones that you're going to find with sweet potatoes or butternut squash or anything like that, are going to be Sprint approved recipes. So it's really great. Plan B in the freezer. Check it out at savingdata.com/show. And a lot of you are taking advantage of this wonderful digestive enzyme. So make sure you get it before we run out, because we're getting low on them. I can't believe how many people are ordering them. Our pop-up boutique, by the way, is also available to you at savingdinner.com/pop if you're going to Full Bloom. And there you will see swag, the up-level swag. I mean, just all the things. I ordered, I don't know, so many things. It's just crazy. So it's wonderful. Wonderful. Wait till you see what we've got in there. The flip-flops are going to make your eyes water. I mean, the flip-flops, I just can't stand. I can stand it. They're wonderful. It's fun. Q&A is on Friday. That's the last thing that I have to tell you as far as the announcements are concerned. So if you have a nutrition question or a cooking question or a something other question, come on. Go to savingdinner.com or send us an email rather into support@savingdinner.com. And in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. And I forgot, yes, we do have a hydration webinar coming up. Is Amy in the house? Jeanette. How nice. Jeanette. Oh, Jeanette loves my hair. How do I do my hair? Don't wash it for a few days and lots of dry shampoo. How's that? Yeah, there you go. It's a lot of hair too. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a lot of hair. So anyway, here's to all those announcements being done, and here's to getting into the focus of what it is that we want as wise women. Have you noticed though? Have you noticed as we seek out wisdom that things just suddenly plunk down right in front of you? These things suddenly start to line up. Have you noticed that? Because when we make a path and we make a determination in our hearts that wisdom is something that we want to pursue as wise women, because that's what wise women do, I mean, things really start to change and turn the ship around. There's our girl, Sarah. Hi, Helen. Good to see you too. And Amy. So I look at this whole idea of, if I'm going to be wise, then what am I going to do? What shows us what a wise woman is? Well, everybody knows Proverbs 31, right? There's a whole chapter there that talks about what wise women do. They're prepared, they do things, they don't worry, all kinds of stuff. You can read all about that, of course. But, I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to take it into how we find that focus, because that focus is everything. That's exactly right. When we have our reticular activating system on point, it is firing on our behalf. And when we're aware of our awareness, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I mean, right? When we're aware of our awareness, we start to see and we start to pick up all the evidence to support the things that we believe. And if we believe we are acting and seeking out and working from the framework of wisdom, it shows up. How about that? And I don't know about you, but I'm done with the stuff that's not wise anymore. I'm done with that kind of garbage, because that kind of garbage is the thing that's held me back. And that's the stuff that we do on repeat and wonder, why didn't that work out? When we're done with childish things, we put them away, and we need to step into wisdom. We need to step into wisdom. Confucius says, he who chases two rabbits catches none. I love that, don't you? That's me when I'm not in control of what my thoughts are, when I'm not in control of what my environment's about, when I'm not in control of all the different things. When my time is getting away, when my thoughts are scattered and I've got the jumble and I'm not even thinking to sit down and to figure things out. That's when we got to get back to center. And getting back to center is critical. Getting back to center is the place. That's the launch pad. That's where we can go to get things done, to really live our lives in such a way that our lives have the meaning and the success that we want. That's why we say that focus is follow one course until success. Again and again, it's so good. Follow one course. Just like Confucius, he'd say, follow one bunny rabbit until success. One. Got to do one thing. And that's why wise women concentrate on one thing. That doesn't mean one thing, like you're all about one thing. It means one thing at a time. Another Bible verse to throw down is decently and in order. Decently and in order. So what we need to do is we just need to take a look at this. We can't, does anybody remember now? Okay, this is going to take a few of you back, but I know that there are women on here who remember this. The Ed Sullivan Show. Now, I was an itty bitty kid, when all this stuff. But Ed Sullivan, my biggest fascination was when the guy came out and did all the spinning plates. He had this table lined up, these sticks with plates, and away they'd go, right? My mother used to say, "That's you, Leanne. That's you, Leanne. You've got all those spinning plates, always going, going, going." Spinning plates. Remember that? Spinning plates. Or maybe you saw the circus. Have you ever been to the circus and you saw the guy with the, juggling the fire? That's also us. But I want to just FYI, these people are trained professionals. We're not. That's why we drop the fire, before it burns us. That's why the plates fall before they keep spinning. We can't keep everything going like that because we can't do it all at one time unless we're trained professionals. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can be a trained, wise woman and instead make a decision to pursue one thing at a time. It's not that you can't get 2 rabbits, it's that you can only do 1 rabbit at a time. It's not that you can't lose weight, cook, and clean your house. You can do all these different things at one time. You just need to do them decently in order. Because as you're working out, you can't exactly sit there and meal prep, can you? No, you can't. I mean, you can maybe if you're doing squats in the kitchen or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. It's time for us to start thinking in terms of, I'm going to save time and do X, Y, and Z all at the same time. That's not a wise decision. The only time I make an exception with that is my indentured servants can do that for me. I can run the washing machine, the dryer, the dishwasher all at the same time. I don't have to supervise them. I don't have to do anything. Just hit the buttons. That's the only time that I really do this. Otherwise, I find myself, it's like this crazy place of just scattered thoughts and scattered everything everywhere. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. So that's why it's so important. It's also serious eavesdropping. I know that is how stuff shows up. That's how Amazon shows up practically at my doorstep every day. So what we're really talking about here, the power of one. The power of one. Because we like to think of ourselves that, we have all these circus acts going with the plates and the fire and everything, that we can do all the things. We hear the songs. Remember the songs way back when? And yeah, that's it. That's what I was saying. The Ed Sullivan Show, Kathy. That's exactly what I was just talking about just a minute ago. Yes, we cannot we can multitask certain things, but we can't multifocus. And if we're going to get things done well and get things done right, then we're going to do things decently and in order. And that's interesting because I looked that up today. And decently and in order, what this actually means. In order means that 1, your timing is there. 2, it's sequenced, right? 3, it's placed well, as in people, things, it's placed well. So you have logic and continuity to the way you do things and all of that. It's neat and tidy. How about that? Neat and tidy, unlike my desk right now, but that will be taken care of today, I promise you. It's orderly paced. In other words, we don't rush through things. Have you noticed that you rush through things or you shoot from the hip and you're not prepared and all of that? Everything seems to kind of be hit and miss. It's not getting done right. It's not getting done well. And again, we're not looking for perfection here because, again, other side of glory, we're looking for excellence. And we can't do it if we're just like, and that's how it is. We're like toddlers out of control with stuff everywhere. And have you noticed that a toddler, when there's too many toys, too many distractions, too much noise, they just sit down and have a meltdown? Have you noticed that? Anybody ever have a toddler do that in the middle of Target? Me? Anyone? Pinkies up if you've been in that situation. You know how it is. The other thing is that when we do all things decently in order, it's a daily thing. It's part of our routine. We elevate it to the place of being part of our rituals. We have a morning ritual and an evening ritual. It sets the day. It sets the tone. It sets us up for success because it is one thing. It's one thing. The other thing is when you do these kind of things, when we are about being decently and in order, then there's no chaos involved. There's no need for chaos because you're going sequentially through these things. And the last thing is it recognizes your priorities immediately. because you know that if it's out of there, it's not going to work. You know that if it's out of line, if it's not in your order, if it's not what you planned, then it's not going to happen. This is how we get to this place of being the woman of one thing. This is how we get to this place of being successful. So therefore, we're going to, follow one path till success. That's what wise women do. And I've got 6 things for you that are going to help. Okay, you ready? Buckle down. You who write these notes down, and don't forget, you can get our notes as long as you sign up for our newsletter. We send it out every day, once a day, and you'll get all the news and plus some good recipes. That coconut shrimp, did that not look great? Anybody get that one? Oh, Leisha says so many tantrums. Leisha, have you ever wanted to get on the floor and just have a tantrum with them? I've done that one time with my kids. They were both having a meltdown. I just sat on the floor and I cried with them. And I mean, not mocking them, I cried too, because I was so upset and so undone. What happens to us? We're humans. We have so much capacity. That's why wise women go after one thing. One thing. So remember, what does this mean? Number one thing at a time. It doesn't mean we can't have more than one thing going on. It's one thing at a time. Put your focus on this one thing. Your focus is on your workout. And I have noticed, like when I'm doing like upper body, which today is what that is, you got the upper body and all of that. And my workouts have been sort of erratic and just put in as much as we could with dealing with our new puppy. But that's not excusing me from just, it is what it is. But when I work out and I'm doing these 10-minute arms with these light weights, which seems like nothing, and it starts to burn, I start concentrating. And every time I say that, pain means change. Pain does mean change. And staying with it, it's not like I'm, somebody's cutting me open or something. Staying with it means that I'm staying with the change, because change usually means it's a little bit of a struggle, it's a little bit of work, and it's a little bit of pain. But in the end, it is so worth it. That's what that means. Number 2 is we got to schedule some stuff. We default so many times to just sitting there reading books endlessly, sitting there on our computers, scrolling endlessly, screen time, Netflix, whatever it is, endless, and thinking we've got the time. And really, do we? You know what it is? We do have the time if we want to default to not having time for anything else. So what do we want? We schedule our time for these things. That's it. Super easy. If you schedule your time for these things, then you've got the time to do it. You've got the time. You come here and you do the show. You come here and you plan for this. You plan to watch a certain show. You plan to do things. But the binge watch stuff and binge screening and all of this, that's so 2020. That's so pandemic. Now we're stepping into being a little bit more on task and being a little bit more on target. We get to do that when we schedule our stuff. It's easy. And if you're wondering, where's your time going? Go to savingdinner.com/time. There's a time blocker sheet, and you can see as you write stuff down where it's all going. We talked about this yesterday. Number 3 is we have to center first. I always say getting back to center. Getting back to center, your beautiful self, where you really do live, not just what your bodysuit is all about, but your bodysuit is what's holding your beautiful self, your real true self, your upper you, if you will, your higher self, your beautiful self, your empathy, your intuition, your knowing, all of that stuff all rolled in together. That's who you are. That is who you are. And when we take a moment to just center, first thing in the morning, a 15-minute meditation, nothing. It is a nothing time. It just keeps us calm, brings the cortisol levels down, and it helps us to give us that fortitude to be able to handle the day. It's huge. It is a huge thing. If you haven't started this practice yet, strong suggestion, even if you've never been successful with it before, who cares? Do it anyway. Try it. Try it. And when I have thoughts that come up, I always say, okay, there's a thought bubble, put a bubble around it and just let it float away. It'll come back. I have a paper and pencil out just in case something was just like, oh, burning. Yes, this got to write this down. Just quickly write it down and then go back. It's that simple. It's that simple. The next thing you want to do, number 4, is declutter. Okay, I know that this is what Fly Lady's about, like declutter, 27 boogie, 27 fling boogie, and all of that. But let's talk declutter from every single aspect of your life. What is it? Well, we start first of all, and this is something that I did when I was losing 70 pounds of weight. I had a bag in the bottom of a big black trash bag, by the way. I had it in the bottom of my closet. And every time I put something on it and didn't fit anymore, boom, there it went. Or I pick something up and I say, yeah, I don't really like this, but it fits, blah, blah, blah. Get rid of it. I'd rather have 5 pieces of clothing than a whole bunch of stuff that I don't care about. I wear the same thing over and over again. So do you. We all do, right? That's what we do. We have this massive closet or whatever, but that's what we do. So declutter the clothes, declutter your big stuff, especially. You're not going back there, right? Amen. Pinkies up. We're not going back. We're going forward. That's what we do. That's what wise women do. That's what they do. So we get rid of stuff that no longer brings us joy. If it doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't say, oh, this is wonderful, it makes me feel good when I wear this, or it makes me feel good when I see this on my table, or it makes me feel good when I take that plate out of the cupboard, get rid of it. And I don't care if it was your great grandmother's fill in the blank, whatever. Take a picture of it and dump it. Get rid of the things that no longer bring you joy. And my goodness, if I have to say this, I'm going to say it. And take it if this is for you. But if you've got crap piled up everywhere, come on. Come on. This is your life we're talking about. And your home is a reflection of what's going on in here and what's going on in here. You deserve to have a house that puts your heart on fire and makes you love your home. Yeah, you do. You do. Declutter everything. And the thoughts that say you can't, oh, darn wrong. Yes, you can. You can do anything you want to do. Find a way. Diana Nyad that thing. Get her done. Make it happen. You've got this. The other thing is, there's my girls, there's my pinkies. Pinkies are going everywhere. I love this. Look at how many things you're giving away. Debbie, yes. Get it done. I love all this. This is so much fun. Yes, Joanne. I'm so proud of you, Joanne, for doing that. Number 5 is wise women move. Wise women understand when they sit on their butts, they're inviting a whole host of disease into their lives. Women who sit all day are more likely to have what is called metabolic syndrome. Do you know what that is? Heart issues, blood pressure issues, diabetes. And you put that all together and that is a ticking time bomb. No, ma'am, not for you. Get your butt up. Get it up. Use your phone. I've got my phone over here. I'm not going to get it. Get your phone up. Set the alarms, one at every hour. Let it go off. What does that mean? Get up, hydrate, and move your butt. You ready? Move your butt. Because I don't want you sitting there and I don't want you collecting all this inflammation. You don't need that. Okay, well, that's enough of that. We'll get rid of you, whoever was calling me. So there you go. That's one of the big things. Remember too that when you do this, when you move, you know what you're doing? You're setting yourself up for chemical success inside of your body, because serotonin, endorphins, dopamine, all the stuff that makes you feel good get released. So if you're thinking, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that, I can't, and I'm depressed, and depressed means sitting on a couch. But if you get your butt off the couch and you go do something, how much better are you going to feel, right? Come on. You feel better when you do better. If you think that every single day you're going to wake up and then suddenly everything's going to just open up and the world is going to be better because you just want it to be, it doesn't work that way. We got to do something to get something back. And I'm not talking about clinical depression or any of that, the kind that needs to, we all get blue, right? Blue is a better word. We all get Eeyore-ish, and we think everything is just sucking, this, that, and the other thing. But if we can just get our butts out of the couch, out of the lazy boy, why do they call it a lazy boy? If we can do that, we can start getting and utilizing and getting the hormones and the endorphins on our side, helping us out. And I don't know about you, but I need all the help I can get. I want to feel good. And when I feel good, everything can get done. And I can do one thing at a time. Do this daily. Do it and it'll change your life. That's just all I know. It's the truth. It's the biggest truth. Number 6, get clear on your goals and the vision for your life. You know why? This is the only life you've got. I don't know about you, but when they gave me a birth certificate when I was born in 1958 in Scarborough, Canada, that was the only birth certificate I'm going to get. That's it. I was born once to live this life, and at the end of it, there's a dash in between 1958 and when I go. In between is my responsibility. In between, that dash is your responsibility as well. Get clear. We are here on purpose, for purpose. And your purpose right now is to find what it is. That's all. It's unique. It's yours. It's very personalized and customized just for you. You will figure it out if you understand this one thing. You're here to help other people. Have you noticed how that makes you feel when you help other people? I'm not talking about going to church and over volunteering or at your kid's school or whatever. I am talking about figuring this part out and just being open to it and letting your reticular activating system do the work. Excuses will always be there. Opportunity won't. And that's exactly right. Sarah called it. It's true. So why don't just, instead of slamming the door and saying, I can't, it's frustrating, it's hard, it's this, that, and the other thing, instead, look for the opportunity. Look for all the things that are going to support this incredible life of yours, this vision that you have for your life, and decide once and for all that that vision for your life, that purpose for your life, it's all going to show up. It will. It will if you've decided it's going to show up. All of a sudden, your eyes are going to open and you are going to see it. I promise. I promise you this. No one is exempt from this because you wouldn't be here otherwise. You're not just here taking up space and breathing air. That's not why you're here. You're very specifically here for a purpose. And it's up to you to find that. And you can do that. So what are we going to do? We are going to focus. Follow one course until success. That's what wise women do. You know what else wise women do? They show up every single day here, thank you, and they also show up for full bloom. I'm going to be pushing hard on that. You know why I'm going to push hard? 1, because we have room. 2, because I want to see you get past this worth thing. That's where we get stuck. I'm not worthy. Yes, you are. You are so worth every single bit of effort. And I want to make sure that you know this because this is foundational and that's what Full Bloom is all about. So if you haven't done it yet, please do it now. savingdata.com/bloom. I've got your back. You just need to come to the conference. That's all. And you can do it from your home with your coffee and your hot milk mix. And Carol's already there with me. Huh, Carol? Pinkies up. Pinkies up to all of you and bless you. Peace be with you. I'm going to see you tomorrow, Thursday, for Thirsty Thursday. Take care.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.